guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by She. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to make a simple, easy lace looking crochet blouse. So if you're new here, welcome, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love this tutorial and you'll be able to make one of your own. So this is the yarn that I will be using. This one is 100% cotton and the name is Golden Sun. I actually got this yarn from Temu and it has 50 grams on each skein. So I will put in the description box more information about this video, so make sure you check it out so you can have all your materials ready to make your blouse. So you will need scissors, a 3.0mm crochet hook, darning needle, and also a measuring tape and some stitch markers. So guys, let's jump in the video. So guys, I did went ahead and I made one of the panels and this is what it looks like. So this width is 23.5 inches wide. So you can do your measurement by measuring from your shoulder length to your shoulder length, and whatever you get, say you get 20, you can add 2 more inches on that so that your blouse can lay more flowy opposed to being closer to your body. So I wanted this blouse to fit me loosely, so that's the reason why I add extra rows on extra width, I should say, on this panel here. So my shoulder length is actually 19 and this is, as I stated, it is measured 23.5 inches wide. So if you want to make the same exact size, you can go ahead and follow the same measurement, or if you want to make it smaller, it is super easy to manipulate the size of how you want it to be. So I'm just gonna lay it aside, and to begin I am gonna chain 164 chains. So once I am at my 164, I will meet back with you. So guys, and now I have come to my 164 chains. Now we're going to yarn over and we're going to skip 3 chains, and make sure that you chain in multiples of 2. So now we are going to skip 1, 2, and 3, and into the 4th chain we are going to make a double crochet. And into each and every stitches along you will be making 1 double crochet. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get to the end, and I will show you what to do next. So guys, and now I have come to the end and I have a total of 62 stitches, and that is counting from our first stitch, which we skip 3 stitches here. So that's 62. Moving on to row 2, you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to turn your work, and this counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. So we are going to skip 2 stitches. So this one that is on this chain 5 here, we're going to skip this first stitch, second, and into the third we're going to yarn over and put a double crochet there. Chain 2, yarn over, skip 2, go into the third, and make a double crochet. And this is going to be the repeat row. You do 1 row of just regular double crochets, and then the second row of chain the chain of 5 when you start the row, and skip 2, go into the next, make a double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, make a double crochet. That is gonna be the repeat row until you get to the end of your panel, and I did a total of 62 rows actually. So 1, 2. So I did 62 rows. Depending on how long you want yours to be, you can do your measurement on yourself, and if you want it to be shorter, then you can do it shorter. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get to the end, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end and I have 3 stitches remaining, and I chain my 2. Now I'm going to yarn over and into that chain 3 that we skipped at the beginning. That is our last double crochet there. So there it is. So that's where you're going to place your double crochet. And that completes a row 2. So there it is. Now you're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. So when you're doing your solid row, you're just going to chain 3. When you're doing the row which you do the skip 2 double crochet, skip 2 double crochet, then you will chain up 5 at the beginning. So again, when you're doing once you finish this row, you start with this row. And then you'll just continue doing that, alternating until you get to the end. And then I will meet you there. So I have my chain of 3. Now I'm going to place 2 double crochet in this space. So that's 1, 2. Into the next double crochet, we're going to put a double crochet. Into the chain 2 space, 2 double crochet. Into the double crochet on top, we're going to place a double crochet. And you're just basically going to continue doing this all the way until you get to the end. Once you get to the end, you will chain 5 and start the second row. So you're repeating row 1 and row 2. So you feel free to rewind the video if you don't remember what to do. And once you get to your desired length, then I will meet back with you. And I did a total of 62 rows. So you're going to end off with this row, row 2. You're going to end with row 2 here, if you're doing the same amount that I am doing. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I will see you at the end. So guys, and now I have come to the end. And I'm just going to place my last double crochet, and I have a total of 62 rows. So this is what the panel looks like, my second panel. And if you notice, up here is a bit darker than this part here, so you can see that it's 2 different shades. So guys, whenever you're buying your yarn, make sure that the number for the yarn matches with the one that you're buying, because when you tend to buy 2 different numbers like this, I guess this is the number for this yarn, make sure that all the skein that you're buying is matching up with that same number, because if you don't do that, you will get a total different shade as I have here. So make sure you don't let that happen to you, but I am making this for myself, so it doesn't really matter. So now what you are going to do is you are going to make sure that your wrong side is facing downward. So let me just check to see what side is this. Okay, so this is my wrong side, so make sure that the wrong side is facing upward, I should say, upward to you for the back panel. And for the front panel, make sure that it is facing, the right side is facing downward. So you should be seeing the wrong side upward for the front panel. So now I went ahead and I placed some stitch marker here. And what I did was to count 17 stitches from here to here, which is 17, and then I have this opening in between here. So I can just do the measurement so you can see. So from here, to here, it is measuring 10 inches wide for the neck opening. So you're going to count on the other side as well. Make sure that you have 17, and then you place your stitch marker in the 17th stitch on the other panel. So I'm going to go ahead, do that, and I'll be back with you. So guys, now I have placed my stitch marker together, and I am just going to insert my hook into the top of the chain of 3 here. So not into the 2 separation chain here, but the first double crochet. Now you're going to grab your yarn and pull that through. Now that you have done so, you are going to chain one, and into each chain one space you are going to make a single crochet. So yarn over. What you can do for the first one here, you can place 2 single crochet there, just to make sure that it is tightly secured. And then into the double crochet, make sure that the double crochet on the first panel and the back panel is matching up. So you're going to go into the first one, first double crochet, and in the back panel of that double crochet and place a single crochet. And then going forward, you're just going to place a 1 single crochet in that chain 2 space, and then a single crochet into each of the double crochet. So you're going to continue doing this all the way until you get to your stitch marker. I will fasten off there, and then I will do the other side as well. I will rejoin my yarn and repeat the same step on this side. So I will see you at the end when I get to here. So guys, now I have come to the end of my last stitch here, and I'm just doing my last single crochet. So this is the shoulder area and the shoulder area on the other side. So this is the opening, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to chain 1 and 2, and into each chain 2 space and double crochet you're going to place a double crochet. So into the same double crochet that we just made that single crochet, we are going to go back into that same stitch and we're going to place 1 double crochet, and into the chain 2 space 2 double crochet, sorry, into the double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're just going to continue doing that all the way around, making 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet. Once you get to this corner here, you will place a double crochet into that double crochet and just repeat that all the way around, and on the other side a double crochet into that double crochet. So I will see you back here. So guys, and now I am going to place my last double crochet here into the corner, and then I am going to slip stitch on top of our first double crochet here. And what we're going to do is we are going to turn our work on the right side. So you can see the neck opening here. So now that we have our work on the right side, what we're gonna do is, let me just bring my yarn through. We are now going to chain up 2 again, and on that first double crochet there we are going to place, which is this one here, this is our first double crochet. Let me just see, no, this is our chain 2. Yeah, so that was our chain 2. So I actually slip stitch on the chain 2, so it's totally fine if you slip stitch on the chain 2 or the double crochet. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do a front post double crochet on this first double crochet. On the next stitch you're going to do a back post double crochet, and then a front post double crochet. So it's gonna be, the sequence for the neck lining is a 1 front post double crochet and then a back post double crochet. So you're gonna do this all the way until you get to the end, and I will meet you there. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to my last stitch here, and I have my front post. Now I'm going to finish off with a back post double crochet. Okay, so now I'm going to fasten off because I am only doing one row of front post and back post double crochet, and I am just going to weave this in. So I pull up on my yarn, and I am going to go through the first 2 loops on that double crochet, first double crochet there, and then I'm going to go to through the back loop on this double crochet, and I'm just going to insert my hook, my needle I should say, like down into that stitch. Take my time to pull it so that it matches. So there it is. So now I'm just going to go ahead and weave the remainder tail end in. Okay, so now I am going to fasten off because that is enough. And there is the neckline. So now we are going to work on the side, on the armhole area. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your work over on the wrong side again, because we're going to sew from here downward. So what we're gonna do is we can start from the bottom and go all the way up to where we're stopping. So I'm gonna get my measuring tape, and I'm just gonna measure. So from here, so I'm gonna do about 9 inches. So I'm gonna stop into this cluster here, and make sure that all your clusters are matching up with each other when you are doing this. So let me just make sure. And I'm just going to re-measure that, making sure that it is 9 inches. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start from down the bottom here, rejoining our yarn. Going through the first stitch on this side and into the bottom of this double crochet here. So just like that. So I hope you can see that well. And then rejoin your yarn. So now that I have done so, I am just going to go through my double crochet that is laying flat. So I'm going to go through this first one and the one on the other side and make a single crochet. So we're basically making 2 single crochets into these double crochets that is laying on the side. And you can try to go into the top of the double crochets. If it's too hard, then probably try to just go into the chain 2 space, and just continue doing this all the way up until you get to where the stitch marker is, and then I'll meet back with you. So guys, and now I've reached where my stitch marker is, and I'm just gonna remove that. And now I am going to go ahead and chain 2, and into each double crochet I am going to place 2 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, into the chain 2 space. Sorry, well, technically this is a double crochet because this is the chain up 3 that we did. So in there we are placing 2 double crochet. So again, into every double crochet, the ones that are laying flat here, you're placing 2 double crochets in them. So and you're gonna do this all the way around until you get back to this part here, and I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to the end, and I went ahead and I flipped my work over onto the right side. So once you flip your shirt over, you are going to make a slip stitch on top of your first double crochet here. And I'm just gonna turn so I can work on the outer part. So now that I have my slip stitch, I am going to chain up 1 and 2. Into that first double crochet, we're going to make a front post double crochet. In the next, we are going to make a back post. So just as we did when we were making the necklining, we're going to repeat the same thing. And we are going to do 3 rows of front post and back post double crochet. So once you get to the end of this row, you will slip stitch, chain up 2, and start a new row. And you will repeat that for 3 rows. And you will do the same for the other sleeve as well. So I'm just going to continue doing this until I get to my 3 rows, until I get to the end of my 3 rows, and then I will meet back with you. So there it is. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to my last stitch, and I'm finishing off with a back post double crochet. And now I'm just going to fasten off. I did my 3 rows of front post and back post double crochet. And now we are going to weave in our tail end. I like to weave my tail end in as I go along because I hate doing it afterwards. So make sure when you're doing this, you're doing it so that the stitches match with the other one, and then you can just go ahead and weave the remainder tail end in. Okay, so now that I'm done weaving my tail end in, I went ahead and I made the other side. So this is what the blouse look like so far. So there is the neck opening here, and there's a sleeve. So both sleeve is done. So I have completed both sleeves, and now we are going to work on the tail end. So you can leave it as is if you want to, but I want it to match with the rest of the ribbon area. So I will be doing the same thing as we just did on the sleeve and the necklining. So I am just gonna go in, I'm gonna use a smaller hook just to go directly into where we join here. So So now that I have done so, I am just gonna chain 1, give it a tie, chain up 2, and into our first double crochet we are going to make a front post. So we're always starting off with a front post and then followed by a back post double crochet, and we are going to do this until you get to 4 rows, or if you want the ribbon of the tail end to be longer you can do so, but I think I'm just going to go to 4 rows and I'll see what it looks like. If it looks like it needs another row, then I will probably go 5 rows, but for now I will do 4 rows. So just as we did when we were making the sleeve, we're repeating the same exact thing. So continue doing this until you get to your 4 rows and I'll meet you at the end. So remember, once you get to the end of your first row, let me just redo this. Okay, so once you get to the end, you will just slip stitch on top of this, the front post double crochet, and chain up 2, and then continue to repeat that all the way around again, and until you get to 4 rows. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come back to the end and I'm just finishing off my last double crochet here. And now we are just gonna fasten off. So I did a total of 4 rows and this ribbon is good enough for me. So I'm just gonna pull up as we did before and weave in our tail end. So go through both loops on this side and into the back loop on the other stitch there. And you're going to take your time and pull through so that your stitch matches. Now that I have done so, I'm just going to go ahead and weave my tail end in, and our blouse is now completed, guys. It is officially finished. If you have any tail ends, you can go ahead and weave those in. Okay, so that's good enough. Now I'm going to fasten off. And there it is, guys. So there is the opening, necklining. The sleeve there is looking super cute. And there is the body of the blouse. So I love the way how it turned out. It is looking super cute, and as I stated, I wanted this to be wide, or a bit loose, I should say. I wanted it to be loose so that it fits loosely. So guys, thank you so much again for watching. Until next time, bye.